Hi, Valor family. This is Ladios with Living with Valor. Thank you so much for chiming in. I just wanted to kind of go over two amazing productions that I was able to see in the last 72 hours that are showing and premiering right now in Denver, Colorado. The first one is called One Night, Six Plays. It is produced by 5280 Artist Coop, which was co-founded by three women of color, Adrienne Martin Fullwood, Kenya Fashaw, and Stephanie Hancock. Kenya Fashaw is an award-winning playwright, and each of these women have talent ranging from acting to singing to poetry to writing plays. They produced One Night, Six Plays, which is running to March 8th. March 8th, guys. I will put in the description below the link so that you can go to their website and purchase tickets. But one of the things is, I'm a big advocate about equity, inclusion, diversity, as well as social injustices and discrimination, from systematics to environmental. Now, all of their plays cover these. The interesting thing is that there are 6 playwrights. Kenya Fashaw is one of them. For each of these one-act plays, there are 6 plays, and each of them have 6 playwrights. These playwrights range everything from the history of Black people and how their history has been stolen, manipulated, and changed throughout the years. Social injustices, sexual abuse, sexual orientation, white privilege, of course, that is going to be covered. Mental health, that was very interesting because that's a big thing on the scene right now. Environmental racism and disparities in our environment, as well as economical disparities. Discrimination and racism is covered. Also, disrespect of the Black woman and cultural differences and how people choose to identify who and what we should be called, from anything from Asian to Oriental to African American to Black to Hispanic or Latino, and how these choices are made by the powers that be, which is the white man. And it was a great place. If you want to have some entertainment, you want to go and watch something of substance that has purpose, that has value, that has a story to tell, this is a production that you definitely want to see. Again, it is called One Night, Six Plays. It is running to March 8th. Now, I got the opportunity to speak with one of the playwrights. His name is Peter Tran. I think I said that, Peter Train. He is actually Asian. And I asked him, what was your motivation or inspiration for writing this play? His one-act play. And which is called, let me just tell you what it's called. It's called The Differences. How timely, right? He said that he wanted to kind of point out how people, when they're trying so hard not to be racist, that they end up being racist. And he did cover about white privilege. Thought that was so interesting. Again, I mentioned that he's Asian. The reason I mentioned that, because as we were talking, he said he's kind of been becoming a little bit, the word that he used was not indifferent about it, but desensitized. He's not as sensitive, so he's becoming desensitized to this discrimination. But it did kind of trigger him a little bit, where some of his friends that, his counterparts he has diverse friends, of course, were checking up on him to make sure he was okay. And I'm like, let me hear what are you talking about? Well, he said he had been desensitized and kind of just went over his head for a while until when he sneezed, then he started to worry. And me not thinking, I'm like, are you worrying because you don't want someone to say, I bless you, when you don't want them to say that? And he goes, no, I get afraid, or I start to kind of like get a little nervous every time I sneeze, because then I don't want people to think I have the Zika virus. And I was like, oh my God, like that totally went over my head. But it was such an interesting concept, because I would have never thought of that. It would have never crossed my mind that the fact that he's Asian, if he sneezes, someone would identify him with having the virus. But this goes to show you that a lot of times we have to be very engaged, because a lot of times when things don't affect us personally, we don't know, which is why it's important for you to see these 2 productions, so that you could be aware what's going on outside of your community, outside of your race, outside of who you are, and you can be connected to others and get engaged or involved in the struggle. Anyway, the second play. Oh, I seen that tonight. So I'm still kind of trying to decompress from it without getting super emotional about it. But it was called the Scottsboro Boys. This play I have never seen. It's a musical. It's the first time I've seen it. But I did do a little research, and it was nominated 12 times, I believe, in 2010. 12 times it was nominated for a Tony Award for different categories and won 0. I am flabbergasted because the play was absolutely freaking phenomenal. From the ensemble to the singing to the music to the songs of choice to the set changing to the storytelling to, oh my God, to just changing the costumes. Amazing play. It's an all-male cast with 1 female. Incredible. This play is similar to the Central Park 5 and Emmett Till's story. And it is based on a true story about 9 African-American men who were falsely accused by 2 white women of raping them, and them going through the judicial system of trying to be acquitted. I don't want to give a lot away, but it does cover systematic and judicial discrimination, and also something very important that you will figure out yourself, but the value of humanity, especially Black African American people in America, or Blacks in America, and how they're actually viewed and valued among the white race. Now, again, that play is running until March 15th. I'm going to put a little link down there. They also, one of the actors I was able to speak to tonight sent me a trailer, so you can kind of see the trailer. And I encourage you to see both of these plays. 5280 Artist Coupe, One Night 6 plays, and then the Scottsboro Boys. It's showing at the Vintage, and the 5280 Artist Coupe is showing at 5280 Artist Coupe. There will be links below. So please go and support theater. And I just want to say that if you guys don't know, you're going to know today. But we have some amazing freaking talent in Denver, Colorado, and we are so overlooked. And we got some great theatrical people, film and television. So you guys need to come on through, slide through, and see this amazing talent. And before I close, I just want to give you my tip of the day. For all of you people who are new to theatrical etiquette, please do not look at your phone during the performance on Facebook, swiping to the right, swiping to the left, and swiping up. That is not only disrespectful to the audience members who have paid to come see theater, but it's very distracting and disrespectful to the cast. So if you don't know, you know today. I experienced that the other day at one of the performances, and I was just appalled. But that is your theatrical tip. If you don't know how to turn off your phone, then don't come to the show. Honestly, I'd rather see a theatrical performance than a movie. In the meantime, I'm Ladios Muhammad with Living with Valor. I will see you at the top because the bottom's too crowded. I'm sending the elevator down. Remember to live authentically and live with